Every night on a cruise ship, something unusual happens after the last guests leave the buffet. The lights grow softer, the music fades, and trays of food that still look fresh and untouched begin to disappear. Most passengers never stop to think about where that food goes. Some assume it is donated. Others imagine it is recycled or quietly discarded without much thought. But the truth is far more complex. A cruise ship is not simply a place where people eat on vacation. It is a floating city that must feed thousands of people every single day with speed, precision, and almost no room for error. Every meal is part of a tightly controlled system shaped by food safety rules, environmental laws, advanced technology, and crews working behind the scenes. What happens to leftover buffet food is not random, and it is not as simple as throwing it away. Each tray follows a process that most passengers never see. Once you understand how that system works, the cruise buffet starts to look very different. Behind the abundance lies a world of strict decisions, hidden labor, and surprising consequences. This is the shocking truth about leftover food at cruise buffets. Number 1. A floating city that never stops eating. A cruise ship is not just a holiday destination. It is a floating city that runs day and night, and one of its biggest responsibilities is food. From early breakfast to late-night snacks, thousands of passengers expect variety, freshness, and constant availability. On a large ship, the kitchens can prepare well over 15,000 meals in a single day. That means endless movement behind the scenes. Meat, seafood, vegetables, bread, desserts, and drinks all have to be prepared on a tight schedule without delays. Unlike a hotel on land, a cruise ship cannot simply restock when supplies run low. Once the ship is at sea, the crew has to work with what is already on board. That is why chefs plan for abundance. They would rather prepare more than risk empty trays, unhappy guests, or service problems during peak hours. This is where the waste issue begins. Even with careful forecasting and experienced kitchen teams, some level of overproduction is built into the system from the start. When you are feeding thousands of people in the middle of the ocean, there is almost no room for error. And before we go further, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell, because I post new videos every week, and you do not want to miss what comes next. Number 2. Why buffet food can never go back. Once food reaches the buffet on a cruise ship, its fate is sealed. It does not matter if it still looks perfect. It does not matter if no one has taken a single bite. By law, that food cannot go back into the kitchen. The reason is simple: food safety. A buffet may look clean and controlled, but the moment food is placed in front of passengers, it is exposed. People touch serving spoons, lean over trays, breathe nearby, and sometimes move food around without even noticing. Even when a tray appears untouched, there is no reliable way to prove it has stayed completely safe. On land, one food safety mistake might make a few people sick. At sea, the consequences can be far more serious. A single error can affect hundreds of passengers at once and quickly turn into a medical, legal, and operational crisis. That is why cruise lines follow strict rules the moment food is considered served. Once a dish reaches the buffet, it can no longer be reused, repurposed, or saved for another meal. Every night, trays of food are taken away, not because they are spoiled, but because there is no room for second chances. And that is where the real waste problem begins. Number 3. The technology watching every tray. For a long time, cruise ship kitchens depended on experience and guesswork. It was always safer to prepare too much than to risk running out. But that approach created enormous waste, and cruise lines knew it could not continue. Today, many ships work very differently behind the scenes. Modern systems track almost everything that happens at the buffet. Software records how much food is prepared, how much passengers take, and how much is left behind at the end of service. Some cruise lines even study each tray closely to see which dishes disappear first and which ones are barely touched. Passenger habits also shape these decisions. A ship with more American guests may serve more burgers and desserts. A ship with more European passengers may increase fish, vegetables, and salads. Even the weather can affect how much food is prepared. On hotter days, lighter meals often perform better than heavy dishes. What makes this surprising is that it is no longer only the chef making these calls. In many cases, algorithms help decide how much food should be cooked. By learning from each sailing, these systems help reduce waste without guests noticing any difference at all. Number 4. What food can be reused and what cannot? Inside a cruise ship kitchen, there is a strict line that chefs are trained never to cross. Food is not judged only by how it looks or tastes. It is judged by where it has been. If something was prepared but never left the kitchen, it may still have value. A portion of fish that was cooked but not served can sometimes be used in another dish. Ingredients that stayed in a controlled area may be turned into soup, sauce, or another meal later on. As long as food never reached passengers, the crew still has options. But the moment that food reaches the buffet, everything changes. Even if it looks untouched, even if no one seems to have gone near it, it is no longer considered safe. At that point, the decision has already been made. That is when another system takes over. Below deck, food waste moves into grinders, compactors, and dehydrators designed to process large volumes quickly. It may seem harsh, but the goal is not to save every tray. The goal is to prevent risk and keep standards under control. Number 5. Turning food waste into energy. Once food waste leaves the kitchen, it does not simply get thrown into a bin and forgotten. On modern cruise ships, it enters a controlled system built to reduce volume and limit environmental impact. First, the waste is ground into small particles. Then it is dehydrated, which removes most of the moisture. This step alone can shrink the total volume by a huge amount. What remains is a dense, dry material that is easier to store, manage, and process. On some newer ships, that material can go even further. Advanced systems are designed to turn processed waste into energy or other usable byproducts that support operations on board. Not every ship has this technology, especially older vessels, but the direction is clear. When ships cannot process it that far, the waste is stored and later offloaded at port for specialized treatment. So while not all food waste can be reused, it is no longer handled the way it once was. Compared with the past, modern cruise ships are designed to waste less, process smarter, and depend less on simple disposal. And if this video has been helpful so far, do not forget to like the video. It really helps the channel. Number 6. The laws that govern the ocean. Cruise ships do not decide on their own what can be thrown away and where. The ocean is controlled by strict international laws, and breaking those rules can cost millions. The most important rulebook is called MARPOL. It is a global convention that sets clear limits on how ships handle waste at sea. Under these rules, food waste can only be released into the ocean under very specific conditions. It must be properly processed, and the ship must be far enough from shore before anything is allowed. Even then, nothing happens without documentation. Every discharge has to be logged, timed, measured, and recorded. These records are checked during inspections, and even small inconsistencies can raise serious concerns. Because of that, many cruise lines try to avoid ocean discharge whenever possible. The legal risk is simply too high. Illegal dumping has led to major fines, lawsuits, public criticism, and tighter oversight across the industry. The message is clear. The ocean is no longer a place where mistakes disappear. Every action is tracked, and accountability follows the ship wherever it goes. Number 7. The truth behind zero waste claims. Many cruise lines proudly talk about zero waste or zero landfill ships. At first, it sounds like the problem has been solved, but the reality is more complicated. When a cruise ship says zero landfill, it usually means the waste is not being sent to a traditional landfill on shore. Instead, it may be recycled, treated on board, incinerated, or processed before being removed at port. But zero does not mean nothing. There is always a portion that cannot be fully reused. Some of it is burned in advanced onboard incinerators. These systems are cleaner than older ones, but they still create emissions. Other waste is sent off the ship for controlled treatment once the vessel reaches port. So the waste does not really disappear. It changes form. That is why cruise lines keep investing in cleaner fuels, better processors, and smarter waste systems. The industry is improving, but no cruise ship is truly impact-free. The more honest story is not zero impact. It is reduced impact, with limits that still remain. Number 8. The hidden crew you never see. While passengers enjoy dinner with an ocean view, a very different operation is running deep below deck. It is quiet, industrial, and almost completely invisible to the people on board. These are not chefs or waiters. They are sanitation and environmental teams working around the clock. Their job is to handle the waste that passengers rarely think about, especially after buffet service ends. Their workspace looks nothing like the luxury areas above. It is a maze of steel rooms, heavy machines, storage areas, and control panels. Here, crew members sort leftover food, separate materials, clean containers, and record what moves through the system. Nothing is casual, and nothing is skipped. It is not only food they deal with. Cooking oil, glass, cardboard, and packaging all have to be handled in different ways. On some ships, waste passes through several stages before it is fully processed or stored. Most passengers never see this part of cruise life, but without these crews, the ship could not function the way it does. Number 9. The problem that still exists. Even with all this technology, strict regulation, and hidden systems below deck, the problem has not disappeared. Food waste on cruise ships is still significant. Industry estimates show that the average cruise passenger produces a large amount of waste each day. That includes plastic, paper, cans, and other materials. But food remains a major part of the total. When that daily waste is multiplied by thousands of passengers on one ship over several days, the scale becomes impossible to ignore. Some of that waste is recycled. Some is processed, burned, or removed at port. And yes, under international rules, a small portion of properly treated food waste can still legally enter the ocean in certain situations. It is controlled, documented, and limited, but it still happens. Cruise ships may represent only one part of the wider pollution picture, but that does not remove responsibility. Every voyage creates waste, and reducing it further remains a challenge. That is why pressure from passengers, regulators, and investors keeps growing. The problem is not solved, but it is no longer being ignored. Number 10. How passengers can reduce waste. Reducing food waste on a cruise ship does not depend only on the company. It also depends on the people walking through the buffet every day. Buffets create a simple trap. When everything looks available and unlimited, people feel tempted to take more than they can actually eat. Plates get filled too quickly, and food ends up being left behind. Not because it was bad, but because there was simply too much on the plate. One small habit can make a real difference. Walk through the buffet first before taking anything. Look at all the options, decide what you really want, and start with smaller portions. You can always go back for more. Taking seconds creates far less waste than throwing food away. Live cooking stations help even more. Pasta counters, omelet stations, and grills prepare meals based on actual demand. Food is made for the guest instead of sitting out for long periods waiting to be chosen. It may seem like a small thing, but across thousands of passengers, better choices can change the outcome in a very real way. Number 11. The future of cruise buffets. And now, this is the final truth, because everything leads to one bigger reality. Cruise buffets, as we know them, are slowly beginning to change. For years, luxury at sea meant abundance. Full trays, endless options, and the feeling that there was always more than enough. But that idea is starting to shift. Cruise lines are learning that real luxury is no longer about excess. It is about quality, control, and sustainability. In the years ahead, buffets may look very different. Instead of huge displays built around volume, ships are moving toward smaller portions, more made-to-order stations, and smarter serving styles that reduce waste without lowering the guest experience. The goal is to keep the feeling of choice while cutting the amount of food prepared without purpose. Technology will play a major role in that shift. Real-time data, guest preferences, and predictive systems will help kitchens adjust faster than ever before. The result is a buffet that feels just as rich to passengers, but runs with far less waste behind the scenes. That may be the biggest change of all. The cruise buffet is no longer just about abundance. It is becoming a test of how luxury and responsibility can exist together. At last, the cruise industry is changing not for image, but out of necessity. Smarter technology, stricter rules, and growing passenger awareness are forcing real action behind the scenes. What happens after the buffet closes is no longer just a hidden routine. It is part of a much larger system tied to safety, waste, and the health of the ocean. Passengers play a role in that system too. Taking only what you will eat and thinking twice before overfilling a plate can make a real difference when thousands of people do the same thing. So the next time you walk through a cruise buffet, remember this: you are not only looking at food, you are looking at a carefully managed operation with consequences far beyond the dining room. And before you go, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell so you do not miss what comes next. If you want to avoid the expensive mistakes that many cruise passengers make sure you watch the next video.